Welcome back to Inside Indonesia, brought to you by the Jakarta Globe. Today we're talking with R.J. Lino, the President Director of the Indonesia Ports Corporation and the man who is going to be building one of the biggest infrastructure projects in the history of Indonesia, the expansion of the Tanjung Priok port. Now, Lino, we've talked about the hard infrastructure side of things, which is what we tend to focus on. What's the other side of it? What's the soft infrastructure side of what you have to do to have a successful port?
Okay, this is a very interesting question, Lin, because if you see all the newspaper, everybody talk about hard infrastructure. Build a new toll road, build a road, build a port, build an airport, when you build the infrastructure, it needs 2-3 years to finish it, you know, a lot of money things, yeah. But a lot of things has to do related with the soft infrastructure. We have to reorganize it, yeah, in order to have capacity today before the new phase is finished. Even if the new phase is finished, you are not improving the soft infrastructure. You are not got the optimal purpose of the new infrastructures. Yeah, I give an example. Yeah, logistic performance index of Indonesia is number 74 in the world. Customs number 72. Why 72? Why not 20? If there are 20, maybe logistic performance index in Indonesia become less than 50, and it's no need a lot of money, no need a lot of technology to make it 20.
What does it take to improve that human infrastructure to make these organizations work better?
Now, in our organization, we will invest a lot of money for human capacity development. Yeah, for the last 3 years I was there, I didn't count the amount of money but we sent a lot of people doing master degree overseas. Last 3 years I already sent 63 guys doing the master degree overseas.
Really?
In Holland, I mean Rotterdam, Antwerpen, Shanghai, Malmo, Australia, yeah. And for the next 3 years, we will have a $50 million human capacity development. $50 million over the next 3 years.
Just to get your staff, just to train your staff.
Just to prepare the people on the world-class capacity. I mean, I'm building the big infrastructure, but if I don't have people to run it,
sure.
Yeah? So many people just forget about building the people. We have put a lot of money.
Well, because this has been for a long time, as you know, the downside, if you will, of Indonesia is to get the human capacity to realize the country's potential. Because you can, as you say, you can always build stuff. Yeah. But does it get maintained? Does it get used cleanly and efficiently?
Yeah.
And if that happens, then you have happy customers, and then you get more trade and more business.
That's why we put a lot of emphasis in the human capacity development. We put a lot of money, a lot of effort to improve the human capacity, because this is very important. Our industry is service industry. Yeah, man is the one who dictated everything.
Of course, of course. Now you're presiding over a huge expansion in port capacity in a burgeoning economy. So will there be an IPO in IPC's future?
Internally, we are preparing on that directions. Yeah, we have a small team now. It's organized it and prepare everything. We expect, we hope, it can be done in the next 2 years.
The next 2 years, because of course that's been the direction of the ministry and of the government is to list these public companies and begin the process of privatizing, giving people a chance to invest in them. So that we can look forward to in the next 2 years. We're going to get the Tanjung Priok Port 1 open within about 2.5 years, you hope.
And then the other one will be within 1.5 years. So the whole thing will be, I say, about 4 years.
Now it all sounds very doable, but we constantly hear that there are always roadblocks to infrastructure development in Indonesia. How do you overcome them, or are they all cleared out of the way now for this project?
No, this is a very interesting question, Lin, because if you have when you build something in Indonesia, which everything coordinated, maybe you never move. Yeah, so that's why I say, okay, I do my part, which is critical, and after that, I will make a noise, so other people will do their part. Yeah, road and other things. Yeah, and I'm sure they can do it.
Yeah, because in some other jurisdictions, some other countries, you would have a kind of municipal authority that would be able to mobilize not just a port, but ports, roads, rails, etc., in a coordinated manner. The governance structure of Jakarta, of this massive urban area, doesn't allow for that. So you're saying we can get around that by just doing it and then force other people to pick up their game and get done what needs to get done. Will that be sufficient?
I'm sure it can be done. I'm sure it can be done. I mean, I show to everybody, even some people say, hey, it took 2 years to get the approval for Tanjung Priok. But if you see for the massive project like that, in the world standards, 2 years is very short.
How will this measure up now? Once this is built, how will this measure up to the ports in Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia?
Yeah. So when this is finished, yeah, the design depth of the whole wharf, it will be minus 20 meters. Singapore now is only 16. Yeah, when this is finished, we will dredge all the channel to be minus 16. But we're ready when it's needed until minus 20. Yeah. So all the equipment and all the supporting facility will be world-class standards.
And that means also that the biggest ships in the world
can
will be able to pull up to the port in Jakarta.
Yeah.
And so you can be confident that we can compete as a port with these other big ports.
Well, at least we get our right. Yeah. This is also very interesting because many people was thinking Priok today still transfer a lot of things to Singapore and Tanjung Priok for ground. It was on 2008, but if you see the figure in 2011, we only transit to these places, Singapore, Port Klang, less than 18%. And the rest for the Asia trade and also Australia is already direct shipment.
So yeah, well this is one of the big things is that now we'll get that business back from Singapore and be able to handle it ourselves instead of transferring to smaller ships.
Then we put them in the competition things, So if they want to compete in us, I mean they also have to have doing better. So who get the benefit? Indonesia will get the benefit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the next thing somebody's got to go and fix the airport. Yeah. But we won't talk about that. That's not your area. Okay. I want to thank RJ Lino for being with us. You've been watching Insight Indonesia, brought to you by the Jakarta Globe. I want to remind you the show is available for live streaming on beritasatu.tv and beritasatu.com, and the shows are available online at thejakartaglobe.com. Thanks for being with us.